Hello people and welcome to watch yet another World Team Carcassonne Online Championships match. This is the week 4 of the penultimate day of the week 4 of the group stage. And today we will be having two matches in our hands. First, right now, starting Thailand versus Romania, and then later on this evening, Mexico, Ukraine, both in Group C. And as you can see, with the classification going on at the moment, Thailand is currently undefeated and looking to get their fourth win today. And the fourth win would guarantee them the playoff spot. Maybe not necessarily the group win yet. It will depend on how Ukraine is going to succeed tonight. But a certain playoff spot is up for grabs for Thailand, and Romania will need to get their hands on a win. If well, not only in order to try and get to the top two, but also to actually even maintain their chances for the playoffs if they end up on a third place after the final week is over. Now the lineups you can see above me. We have on table 1, we have Lztecih Chalonkul, that's Pakshe versus Minea Nicolescu. Then on table 2, Chawin 053 versus the former world champion from 2019, I believe, Marian Gurkan. Table 3, the 2024 Thailand representee in the World Championships, Chanakan Klaikav, with the screen name Agan007, and he'll be going against Ionat and Nicole. On table 4, Lztecih versus Arpad Kere, yet another former world champion, and Romania will be giving a lot of playtime for these two world champions, well, for these two former world champions, no doubt. And on table 5, we have Natpira CH versus Georgi Anton. That's Geo 100. Now, Gunn certainly looking to get or looking to keep up his win streak. As a matter of fact, he is, I believe, the only Romanian, the only Thai player who has not lost a single match or a single duel, and has played in every match so far. So, Janakan certainly looking to be perhaps somewhat, maybe not carrying the team, but certainly doing a lot of work in order to keep to keep the Thai chances alive for an unbreakable win streak. If you do want to see a specific duel or a game, then do let me know in the chat and we will accommodate your requests as best as we possibly can. But we will be starting with the table number 3 with Shanakan and Nicole. And this will be, well, I would say the scales are heavily in the Thai player's favor, but considering the other tables as well, I would certainly say that this would be a very tight match, might even be a 3-2. Pakshe, of course, a strong favorite on table 1 versus the lower rated Minea, whereas the former world champions on table 2 and 4 for Romania are certainly being counted on with the dual wins and with heavy focus on winning their duels and trying to secure the third win for Romania. Now we should be starting the games in just about mere seconds, and we do. And onwards we go. So about a 200 rating point difference between these two players, but make no mistake, these 200 points are a considerable amount, given that it is a huge difference between a just below expert level and almost a master level player. There are a lot of intriguing stuff that you are required to know if you do break the 700 mark. Okay, some early roads for inicolae and city points for Charakan, who also now is going to try and create another city of his own. Not the best tile to do so with the triple city, but you know, you get what you can. A 4-point road is gonna be received by Nikolai as a result of the road monastery, which does go in the correct spot, you know. Oh, phew. That is that is not good. That is not good for Nikolai. Sacrificing 4 points already at such an early stage of the game, trying to hinder the possible completion chances for the city, and the city was like not a danger at all at the moment, like not at all. And as a result, not only not only does Nikolai sacrifice the points, but also the road now goes to Chanakan, and he'll be very glad to take the 4-point road with the curve and then try to make a 7-point sort of a semi loop here, trying to get a straight road and another curve. And now that road is halfway done. So a big sacrifice from Nicole, which I would say really does not hold the value he thinks it does. Blocking at such an early stage of the game is generally not a good sign. Additional blocking is going to come from Nicole's from Nicole's side, and he limits the city to a dagger. Not that it really matters to be limiting the square here, because the city is open from so many spots that I think it would have been potentially just better for Green to try and pre-finish his road, or pre-finish the loop, and distracting the city building of Charakan a little bit. Now we see a proper blocking attempt coming from Ionut. Unfortunately, that is not gonna go exactly how he wants it to go, how he wants it to go. As we see that the save is imminent from Chanakan, and now four, three vanillas still remain in the square, and it is a great chance for Chanakan to finish the at least one of the monasteries, but also likely actually two, and just more sacrifices from Ionat as yet another road monastery, or not yet another, but as yet another value tile is being used for blocking. And given that there are all three city caps, all three daggers with the right hand side curve remaining, this is again not the way to go. It sacrifices a lot of points which could have been scored, for example, over here, with 5 meeples in hand also. This is really bad stuff from the Romanian, and it's not going to help the winning chances, as these point sacrifices are substantial. First the 4 points here, and then the monastery. They are going to stack up, and they are going to stack up big time. And I am suspecting that Chanakan is definitely going to be very happy seeing moves like this. I do get that the idea of this move is to not only block the monastery, but to also block this city, which was forced to get connected to it, with only one triple city with the road remaining. But like both the city and the monastery are now already at a stage where they score enough on their own without having to be completed, that the meeples that would get blocked are justified already, and that's a huge issue for Nikolai, who is now trying to finish the block with a city cap facing to the left, which I do actually like, because a substantial amount of city plus road tiles are gone, and some of those city plus road tiles that would allow a save for Chanakan are actually the exact same daggers that he already needs to simply save the square anyway. However, the 10-point difference on the scoreboard in favor of red, with all the features on the board, is telling a bit of a gruesome language, shall I say, of the situation of the game. One of the key city caps to the city is drawn, and I have to wonder, I mean, does Nikolai actually have to be worried about this city? Because it can technically still be completed. There is still one starting tile in the deck. There are all three daggers, even though the daggers are first of all going to go here, and then there is this very slightly restricted city end on the left side. Now I don't expect Chanakan to place really anything on this square, or maybe even on this square, before he gets himself the starting tile. Maybe only like if he really has no other use for city caps or Doritos or whatever, then maybe he'll just continue the city for 1 or 2 points. But the main purposes are going to be this city at the top and the monastery, and the starting tile is drawn by green, so that's definitely some good news for them, which means that this city will never be completed. And now certainly full focus is being placed on the on the monastery and the city at the top for Gun. Meanwhile, though, the meeple advantage of Ihanat has gotten not quite like out of hand for like from the perspective of red, but it's starting to hurt real soon because green is now 1 point ahead on the scoreboard as a result of this very juicy city. And despite all the very nice and high scoring features of red with the 8-point ruin, the 9-point field, the 8-point monastery, and the city which will score at least 5 points for now, but could be scoring more in the future. Red will need to find still more scoring opportunities, and in that regard, getting this dagger and getting the meeple back from the monastery to Red's hand would be essential. But no saving tiles, nor blocking tiles for that matter, have been drawn by either player. So the tension is really sticking in here for as long as possible. Gun simply starting a new city, and we see a rather obscure blocking yet again from green. Um, Now, I, first of all, I have to say that this is at least an inaccuracy. Like it has to be, because this city is far from completion. It needs 1 tile, 2 tiles, 3 tiles, 4 tiles in the best case scenario, and many of the Doritos, which would be ideal for the city to be finished from the left side, are gone. So in all likelihood, the city would require to be completed with maybe even 4 city caps. But at least green can be sure that this occurrence won't happen, as they even draw the third and final dagger that would fit into this square. So now the monastery is blocked, the city is blocked, and green is getting some nice features for himself with the 6-point field, as well as with a free city cap. Now, this though is not that good of a move, simply because there is not a single city cap remaining in this square that would allow the completion of the city. There are no daggers, there are no starting tiles, and there are no city crossroads. So a Dorito is required to this square, which is terrible news really for Nikolai. But there are still 2 Doritos remaining, so not all is lost, though it is looking increasingly more and more difficult for Nikolai to actually bring this city to a finish. And I have to say, I also don't like this move either, not one bit. I get the fact that it does restrict this city somewhat, but first of all, restricting the city doesn't matter because we have this main ruin over here, which Chanakan can simply continue with any ruin tiles, and we are laying down a stick cap to yet again to a square where it cannot actually be completed. because it would first need a road Dorito, which we already need over here. Well, not anymore because the city gets blocked to a starting tile which no longer exists. We do, however, get a connection to the 9-point field, which is somewhat great, but Chanakan immediately manages to almost pull ahead on the scoreboard by finishing by finishing the 4-point, not the 4-point, but finishing the 8-point city and dropping a farmer as well. Green going for a second farmer himself, which looks like it can still connect to the main field with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, indeed 7, maybe 8. So in any case, some curves were remaining and a curve was received. However, making this 4-point loop up for grabs whilst you need the curves anywhere, like elsewhere anyway, is perhaps not the best decision. But maybe we are at a point where we do need to risk a lot, and we do need to create these quick point opportunities. Although not really, actually. We have 3 meeples now, so we actually have to use a meeple on every turn, which isn't really that great because we can't then make use out of the quick point opportunities. Now, however, we do get a fantastic tile, which I would see going over here, because now we can connect indeed to the field. We take this 2-point city and we are securing the field for ourselves. And we don't have to worry about this second meeple of Chanakan actually connecting to the main field. Or actually, I guess we kind of do, because we do want to make a road move here so that we can simply take away these points now from red. So we can make a 5-point move with a road tile if there are any remaining. And I believe there is still one curve, maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There is still one regular curve and then some other tiles, which I am not quite sure what they are. There are no monasteries. I want to say there are still Doritos remaining. Maybe still the 2 road Doritos, actually. 1, 2, yeah, still 2 road Doritos. So 2 road Doritos, 1 regular curve, and then something, something. So now we get to take, actually, I don't think we take these. I think we just take this, because it's simply more points, though. Even though these are going to be quick points for gun, because there are 2, well, actually 3 curvy tiles. But this one is actually not going to be used for these points. They are going to be simply used to take a 7-point move at this in the south. And actually, this was very wise to also take the city. Well, not only because we kind of had to, because we were running like out of tiles, and we otherwise would have left ourselves with meeple surplus, but the city was actually still completable with the dagger. Now though, it's not going to matter if we take 4 points here or here, because the final remaining tile in red's hand is gonna be the road triangle. And Nikolai does find the best move, which I had completely forgotten, even though I mentioned it earlier. So we take not 4 points but 5 points as a result of 2 points for the road and taking 3 points away from red, as we suck up this 3-point field. And well, along with this very nice looking field of 18 points, yeah, actually it doesn't really matter because red is just simply way too much ahead. And I want to say that it has been caused by the over excessive blocking with this tile, this tile, this tile. Even though this stuff ended up actually working because we drew all of the daggers, but still I would say that this is generally not, like certainly not, a blocking tile unless you can guarantee a full block. But in this case, it wasn't a full block; it was just a restriction with 3 more tiles remaining for the release of the monastery, which is just not great use of a monastery at all. 11 points is the final difference in favor of the Thai player, and he's looking to continue his win streak strongly. Still needs one more game to win the duel on table 3, of course, but by the looks of it, Gan should indeed be having the upper hand in this duel in the future games as well. So far, I don't believe we have other updates for the scoreboard. This might have just been the first game that has ended. So let's take a quick peek on the other tables. Let's take a look, for example, at Arpad Kere and Lztecih on table number 4 and see how they are doing. So the first game has actually ended up in a win for Arpad, and the second one has started about 5-ish minutes ago, so might as well hop into that. We will also update the score on table 4 for you all. So the former world champion, who is expected to be doing great things, is currently doing great things of handling his own parts of the match, and currently in the lead of 1-0. And we see a lot of 1 or 2 points meeples from the Thai player, which I have to say that I can't really understand what on earth is going on here. Because look, we see a 2-point road here, a 1-point city, a 2-point road, a 1-point road, a 1-point city. So certainly looking quite problematic for Lztecih with only 1 meeple. Now Lztecih is currently leading in points by 20 to 12, but at the moment needing a lot of quick point tiles actually just to be able to get his meeples back out into the market, so to say. First of all, looking to get the field crossroads, both here, here, and here. So that's actually very problematic. Also, Road Monastery would work fine for the Chich, but those are not the type of tiles that he's getting. Now maybe we can go over here, but then we would kind of hate to meeple this 1-point city because it's not in the safest spot, which can be like really annoying to deal with as green if and when his new city would get restricted immediately, or attacked for that matter. So instead we are simply going to indirectly continue our road. Note that we are not going to be adding this road tile over onto our road directly, because then the tension between the shared square would go away and it would enable Arpad to actually get away with the monastery, but there is no guarantee of this green road maple ever getting out. Now we do get a field crossroad, which was our dream tile pretty much as Lztecih. So we do get a second meeple to our usage. What does kinda not go so well for us is the dagger restriction. It is annoying to deal with, even though there are still 2 daggers in the deck. Welcome, Isabella. Nice to see you in the chat, maybe even for the first time. A dagger drawn by the Chi, who actually has attacked to the shared city, well, which used to be a shared city, but not anymore, as it is now hanging by a thread. So a bit of a risky business looking like attack of the Chi seems to be paying off big time, as he's now threatening the completion of a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 10, like 9, 11, 10, what? Of like a 22-point city, which is certainly significant. Now there are still several road Doritos remaining in the deck, 3 to be exact, if I count correctly. And it is a big number. It is certainly a big number to have. Also, the road Dorito over on this square is really not going to be helping anyone else but green. Sure, it gives away like a couple extra points for the road of Arpad, but that's about it. And obviously, sacrificing these couple points for the sake of being able to complete a big feature is always worthy thing to do. First of the 2 road monasteries, actually second, goes to Lztecih. And well, we no longer, of course, need it to finish our roads, nor can we use it any longer. So we just take 2 points because we don't want to invest our final meeple, and that's fine. Arpad does a bit of a self-restriction over here, though how many tiles does he actually have to finish the city? There's 1, 2, 3 vanillas gone. Well, he has enough city caps to finish it. He had like 2 vanillas and I believe two tube dividers as well. And well, the self-restriction seems to be paying off immediately. Also, indirectly added another point to the road, which is of course what Kerapa is trying to take advantage of. The road Dorito finally hits, and I do believe that there is a need to also drop a farmer as green here. It is already a 6-point field and it has an empty city cap waiting, and green does do exactly that. Well, actually, sorry, not 1 but also 2 city caps waiting to be completed. So this could be even a 12-point field. there is a possibility that Gerapa simply goes over here, takes 4 points for the city, and then attacks the field later. Because Gerapa is now, as a result of this completed city, looking to be in quite a pickle with the points. So plus 21 for green here, plus 23, the monasteries are equal, plus 24, plus 90, plus 20, plus 14, 10, 8, plus 14 is green at the moment, and only one extra meeple for red, and 15 tiles remaining. Now, there are not all that many big features in or on the map, which is going to be an issue for Arpad, because that plus 14 with one extra meeple is going to be a real pain to try and get. Now there are some crossroads still remaining in the deck, still 2, which can be used as red to get back another meeple and maybe at the same time unify unify the first field meeple to the 6-point field, but Gerapa says why bother when he can simply take a 6-point field himself and add a city cap to it. And it looks to be also completable later on, though this one doesn't really help with the field because now Gerapa is going to need city caps to 2 places. And more importantly, he's going to be needing the same type of city caps to both places. First over here and then over here. And now we see an attack from Gerapa as he does take a stance on, or tries to take a stance on the now 9-point field, and also at the same time trying to finish the road as he was able to use the road end as a road end, indirectly bringing this road to a close. And we see a restriction coming from Lztecih as well. He could have taken just 1 extra point, but decided that the block is more worth it. Now, a full block can be made. There might still actually be road Doritos remaining, and there are 2. So I guess we have to really fully block the square and deny the meeple from Gerapa back into his hand, because this would be a pretty vital meeple to get back for Gerapa, and we do go for the block, which I believe is the correct way to go. Now, even though we are unfortunately not quite able to fend off the attack to the field, at least with the tiles that we have, even though, or should I rather say, even if Gerapa finds his way to get to this field, he will not be getting enough points. All of his meeples are trapped. There are no more field crossroads to fit into this square. So this is trapped. This will not get out. This is trapped. 4 meeples trapped. 5 meeples trapped. 6 meeples trapped. And this one, I mean, even if Gerapa would have the tiles to get this meeple out, which I hardly believe he does, he doesn't even have the tiles. He doesn't even have the tiles to get that meeple out at any point. Like, he simply cannot overcome the point difference and the 2 extra meeples that will still be scoring for green here. And I guess simply taking a 4-point ruin here is going to be in order. It's also actually it's not the biggest feature that we can take. We can also take this, a 6-point ruin, but for some reason we take the 4-point one. I don't even know why. It was at least seemingly it was much better to just take the 6.1, since we can take this 5-point ruin then later on with a road triangle. I wonder if this is a full block, and if it is certainly a nice find from the Thai player, and it seems that it has indeed been a full block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, is there a straight road? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There is not. So there is nothing to fit this square. So this was indeed a full block, and that he will be able to keep the 9-point field all to himself. And with the final tile, we'll be taking a 3-point field, road, whatever tickles his toes, I guess. And this should be a pretty substantial win for the Czech. Kerapa doesn't have really all that much points banked on the map. I doubt it's gonna be like above 30. And then of course the lead of green doesn't even include the fields yet, which will bring in some 12 points extra. So we will be going on to a decider on table 4, and some pressure is going to be building up for Kerapa. Yeah, 11 points is the difference. Actually, I also believe it was 11 points in the previous game we saw with Janakan versus Jonat. And this will be good news for Thailand, not only because it will just get table 4 into a decider, but also because every single game win and duel win will of course affect on the tiebreakers, even in the case of a match loss, which we are still far from for either side really. Now, unfortunately, it seems that let's try to update the scores this way. No, the scores are currently actually not getting updated, which is a shame. So we will have to do that manually, but that's okay. That's okay. Let's actually stick with Arpad and Lztecih, and we'll see how the scores are looking after their own duel is over. Okay, a quick start to this. 8 points, an 8-point lead for Arpad, with being able to so far successfully at least heavily delay the completion of the city and the road of red. We should be having a fairly easy move here, taking 2 points, getting some additional ruin points. Well, in some cases this is going to be like two cities if we get a divider here by either player, which so far seems unlikely that it will happen, but it could. Welcome P. Mika. Yet another Thai fan joins the club. Okay, a triple city for that she seems to be just a quick point tile. Don't really see much else. Maybe we can go over here and prevent the divider and force a triple city square, because there are only 2 triple cities remaining, and this is exactly what we go also. Now I'm not convinced that it is the best move, but it does certainly have a clear merit and reason behind it. Still, I would just prefer 3 points, even though it does slightly mess up with square with our monastery, but 3 points is still 3 points. And we are still now trying to also go for the full block of this square, trying to give ourselves a winning mini battle. And we can indeed go for the block. It's going to be 3 versus 8 at the moment, so +5 mini battle there. Though, like, it's just way easier to go over here, isn't it? Like, just take 5 points immediately now, and then complete the block with something else. No, I think this is a miss from Lztecih. I mean, yeah, I think this is definitely a miss, because like we can go here, we can complete the block with another tile, like a tile that would not be scoring us points immediately. Like we could have completed the block with this as well, and now have 5 more points. Uh, that's unfortunate. And like he's also a 600 rated player, so at that level, the prioritization does become a more imminent problem, I would say. It becomes like more visible, because most of the issues on that level are not exactly like um, clear mistakes regarding the actual tile placement. It's more like where should I go? Like which feature on the board is the most important, and what is my long-term plan? And as of right now, that she decided that the long-term plan does include winning this mini battle, but I find it hard to believe that it is going to be a decisive factor. Arpad continues to develop the field, now 12 points, and it's looking very dangerous. Also, we see that she is getting some luck from, let's say some love from the tile draw deck, and eking inch by inch closer to actually finishing the road. Now, as a result, the monastery does get blocked though, which is not that nice. There's also a small issue, and it's not even that small, because there is still one divider remaining, which means that Gerapa can go still over here and leave this square with only one tile fitting in there, and that would be spelling trouble to red at that point. And this doesn't exactly help the winning chances of red here. leaving empty city caps around. And wow, this is so greedy. Yeah, because like there, I mean, I'm sure Red knew that there were still city caps remaining to fit into that square and finish the 10-point city for Arpad with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Well, actually, there were only two, so I guess you could argue that you could just always block the square, but I'm still not sure if it was worth to take an 8-point city and to give a chance for Arpad to go for the 10-pointer instead of just simply taking 4 points over here. Also, we are, I want to say, somewhat significantly behind with 15, 19, 16, 10, 4, 1, plus 6, minus 6, and a meeple, which is pretty bad. Now, luckily, there is now no longer the issue of the divider, so there's at least that, but it's a very I want to say this thin comfort that she gets the connection to the field at least, so there's that. But this road monastery does create alternative options and routes to connect to the field. Like Arpad could find a road, a city tile of any kind, go over here, drop a farmer, or he can just find the one remaining road monastery and bring the other meeple to the party. And this should be pretty much GG. Because like now we don't have the meeples to fight for the field. We if we finish the city, do we have a chance? 18, 21, 20, 13, 10, 8, 5. We are +2 minus the field, so we are -10. Yeah, we don't really stand a chance, do we? How many tiles do we have to finish the city? Maybe we finish this and then go with a ninja over here, or over here. Like we like attack the field whatever way we can. But is that gonna be enough? I don't think so, because then there will be just two 6-point fields that Arpad can just take. Like he can just ignore this field like totally. Because finishing this will be 5 points for Lztecih, and he'll still be like -5. Yeah, so we do get the city finished. We've finished the road. What? I'm. I mean, yeah, I guess it makes sense because there is still one other started tile remaining. So now, if we get that, then we can also meeple the field. But I don't know, man. I mean, this is just simply 3 more points, though. 15. And now the 6-point field, the 6-point field is going to get taken, and the Czech indeed does get the second starting tile. So now it did indeed pay off that we took the secondary meeple out first, because now we can take. Yeah, not because now we can actually finish the city and drop a farmer, I guess. Or do we even drop a farmer? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I guess we do, because then, yeah, because we are gonna drop a farmer now, and then we are gonna try to get a curve, get these 4 points, and expand to the 6-point field, so we can do a 7-point move, right? But surely Kerapa will not let that slide. Going over here, dropping a farmer seems like a reasonable thing to do. Although he can drop a farmer here too. It doesn't really matter to which field he goes to, I guess. This might even be slightly more accurate. So the remaining tiles are one regular curve and then maybe the triple city is still there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There is still one triple city with a field. Ah, no, with a road. And then one other tile. So actually, potentially, as Lztecih, we could still even go here with the triple city with the road and connect to the 12-point field. It's certainly going to depend on the tile order that we get, because we are going to have several ways to score points. Now with this one, I guess we go here and we try to get a ninja farmer going. Could also go over here. It doesn't actually matter from which direction we attack from, because we still need to get the curve, and we do get the curve, so it is still going to be plus 12. And Gerapa gets his 6-point field, but I don't think this is going to be enough still for the Cheek. I think he's going to be like maybe like 1 or 2 points short. Wait, actually. No, wait, I think he's going to win. Is he? That's 8-point difference. That's all. I mean, falls short just by 1 point. That is unfortunate for the Czech, and well, the result it will be favoring the former world champion, who will be happy for his win. So far, he has only, I believe, lost his duel against in a match versus Ukraine. Though I would have to check if he actually played in that, but I would suppose so, because Romania indeed does give a lot of playtime their for their world champions, as they should. And now we'll be taking a look at the other tables and how they have concluded. Let's take a look first at table number 3, where Shanakan has indeed been able to get a 2-0 victory over inicolae, as suspected, really. Then let's see if Pakshe has been able to deliver. Thailand also relying heavily on their number 1 player, I would say, who currently is in a 1-1 situation against Minea. And they are going for a decider, and we shall watch the decider, or the remaining decider, with 15 tiles remaining. And seems to be that a lot is going to be depending on the field which is at the moment worth 12 points. Pakshe trying to get to the field via the tube divider. But hold up a second. Because if he goes here, then this city can get completed, no? There's one, there's two, there's three. Yeah, there are still 2 vanillas remaining in the deck. But this is the final tube divider, and that is a huge issue for Pakshe, I believe. Though, well, actually, it might not be. Given these juicy monasteries, let's see. So +4 for Pakshe at the moment, +10, +14, 10, +6, -6, -3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 18, 10, 2, +5 for Pakshe, but only, yeah, only +5, and he is in a meeple disadvantage. So it is looking quite an even game, though I would prefer to be green here for sure. Because there are not even extenders to fit into this square that would get the couple extra points for the Thai player. Instead, I mean, actually, maybe we just go over here anyway, and we just hope to draw both of those vanillas, because we really don't have many possibilities to score points with one meeple, and we can't get any meeples back from anywhere. I It can be a doomed plan, but at least there is a 25% chance of us actually drawing both of the vanillas. We would also have to draw the one remaining road monastery, which we definitely don't like to see going over here and bringing this green farmer to the main 12-point field. That would be disastrous, and if it happens, we have just lost the game on the spot, because not only does it strengthen the 12-point field, but it has also then given an immediate 6-point move for green by finishing the road with 1 more point and 5 more points for the monastery itself. Minaya looking... Huh, okay. So instead of going for the 4-point move, just wants to really finish this city, which I guess I can understand, but how many city caps are there actually remaining? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Only 2 city caps. It's not much. Is self-restriction in order? There is still 1 city crossroad. And is there a dagger? There's 1. There's 2. There's a dagger. So if we go here, we actually save this city. We don't restrict it. We save it because both of the remaining city caps are with a road on the right side. So we should, I think, be going over here. Let's check one more time. So, no, wait, because here's the 3rd city crossroad. So we would indeed be restricting. So never mind, I was giving some hallucinations. So just 1 point added to the road. We do, however, get the city cap, which is nice. And we will surely be just finishing the city, dropping a farmer. Now, in all likelihood, we will get united with this 9-point field, but it shouldn't really matter, I think. +9, +8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, because we are definitely in the lead at the moment as Minea. Now, the worrisome part for green here is that Pakshe is trying to get to the field, and he might actually even succeed. There seems to be still one crossroad remaining in the deck. Still one field crossroad, I believe. Yeah, one field crossroad. And then the road monastery, maybe some curvy tiles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah, a lot of curvy tiles still remaining. So this connection will actually be quite likely, which is why it will be crucial to actually both players to draw the road monastery. And a lot is going to be depending on that draw. As for Minea, it will simply mean the total domination of all fields. And for Pakshe, it will mean the denying of the total domination of green for the fields, and maybe a chance to still stick in this game. Though Minea currently, as a result of the city and as a result of this 5-point ruin here, and with equal meeples, Minea, I believe, is in a rather comfy lead, and this connection to the 12-point field from the 3-point field, it's gonna be, like, of course, a must-do thing, but despite potentially not drawing the road monastery and actually just tying this field, Minea might still be able to win. Emphasis on the might. Why didn't he take the 6-point field with the horse tile? I suspect that Minea has counted that there are still Doritos or triple cities remaining, and you know, a 7-point ruin is better than a 6-point field. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yes, there are still 2 connection tiles remaining in the square, so if either of those falls into the hands of Minea, it will certainly be better than the 6-point field. And I guess this 6-point field might maybe have tiles that could connect maybe even every field into to each other, and just not make this 6-point field worth anything to green. Oh yeah, and also because of the road monastery. So the road monastery would of course be worth 6 points for Pakshe, and even more so if Minea would take this 6-point field here. But yeah, honestly, mainly I think it's because you know, a 6-point field is not better than a 7-point ruin. Seven or eight. Pakshe taking a long thought about this and simply decides to limit, well, slightly restrict the connection square. Oh wait, never mind. He does not restrict a thing. I was watching this, not this. And so the connection square does indeed get restricted by Minea. takes a 6-point field, and as a result of this restriction, there's now only one tile that fits there. The crossroad. Actually, this is horrible for Pakshe because he either gets the crossroad or he doesn't. If he does get it, then where's your farmer though? Wait, what the hell am I looking at? I'm hallucinating. I'm hallucinating because there are no crossroads left at all. There's one, there's two, there's three, and there's four. So this was actually a full block. That's what I'm hallucinating. Also, Pakshe getting the road monastery, but I don't think it matters. This was a 9-point move, and this one would have been 6. So yeah, not better. However, I am slightly surprised that he didn't drop a farmer here, because surely Pakshe had a good enough understanding of the remaining tiles, even though your host here did not. But would it actually have changed anything? And it doesn't look like it would have. It would have only been 3 extra points if Pakshe had dropped a farmer on this 6-point field and then connected through the road monastery. So would have ended at 107 to 108. Still a loss for Pakshe, and we do indeed see a big upset on table 1, which will be actually massive for Romania because they are heavily banking on tables 2 and 4, and table 4 has already been won. So we shall indeed see how the other former world champion Marian Kurkan has been able to deliver versus Chawin. And Marian has been able to deliver well, with also a 1-2 victory for Romania, which will already win the match for them. And we shall check the table 5 as well. Now it's all about the tiebreakers, really, because of course, even with the win from table 5 for Thailand, they are not going to be winning this match. And how are we looking? With the previous tile in the field would be a 10-point move, 9 for field via connection, and 1 point for monastery. Yeah, exactly. Actually, how many points would it have been more? Like, it was an 8-point monastery plus 1 for the other monastery versus. Actually, Pakshe only lost 1 point because of not attacking to the field. No, I believe so. Okay, table 5 does fall to Thailand, and they are indeed taking tiebreakers from this, which is good for them. But the match win does go to Romania, and it was indeed a much needed one, as we shall now take a bit of a new look at the tournament standing here, with Romania now going into 4 and 3, the same as Thailand, and they will be going. God, let's do that. 4 and 3, and then Ukraine will be falling into 3rd place. And for the tiebreakers, Romania will be plus minus 0 because they have 10 and 10 equals 0. Like that. And then Thailand will still have actually plus 4, which is going to be good enough to still maintain the first place with 12 versus 8. And now we shall be certainly looking very anxiously as to what happens with the second match tonight of Ukraine and Mexico. Mexico who will be needing a win for sure in order to try and still come out of this group, maybe even to the playoffs. And Ukraine not gonna be letting any free wins for their opponents. Still, Ukraine having very much a great chance of not only qualifying to the playoffs, but maybe even to win this group if they manage to win their next 2 matches. But we'll see about that later this evening. And the next match, of course, is going to be at 1800 UTC, and that will be the second and final match of today. We will be having a lot of matches tomorrow with like 11 or so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 matches tomorrow, which we will absolutely not be streaming everything, of course. We will be streaming one from there and one from there. I want to say we will start the day already at 12 with Australia-Hungary. Then China-Catalonia. Sorry, maybe we go Australia-Hungary, then Vietnam-France, then Malaysia-Japan, RCP-Italy, Argentina-Spain, and Slovakia-Uruguay, and maybe end the day off with US versus Netherlands, but can't say for sure yet because it'll be a long day for sure. So we might just be chilling at 11 p.m. Finland time, or maybe not. Depends on how much extra energy I feel at the end of the day. But it's gonna be an impactful day tomorrow for sure, full of excitement and results. First of all, results. That's gonna be it for this stream. Thank you all for joining. Thank you all for sticking all the way until the end. And if you do enjoy this type of Carcassonne content, then there is an easy way to support the channel by subscribing and liking the stream. Congratulations once again for Romania. And I will be seeing you very soon with more WTCOC content in the form of Mexico Ukraine at 1800 UTC. Bye for now.